If you had told John Palmer, 67 years old, retired executive from Naples, Florida, that he'd be moving millions into a gold IRA just 5 years after retiring, he would have laughed you off the beach. But that was before inflation shot through the roof, before the banks started cracking, and long before headlines began warning about a retirement recession unlike anything we've seen since the 70s. Today, we're breaking down exactly what millionaire retirees like John are doing right now to not just preserve, but grow their nest eggs using gold IRAs. And here's the kicker. The smartest ones, they're doing it quietly before everyone else catches on. But let me show you why this matters now more than ever. Because this isn't just about John. It's about you. Look at the headlines. Federal Reserve signals prolonged high rates. That was last week. National debt passes $35 trillion. Yep, that happened in April. And just this month, multiple regional banks quietly increased their default risk ratings. You know what that means? Higher volatility, less safety, and more of your hard-earned money exposed to market chaos. Now, why are wealthy retirees flocking to gold IRAs? Well, let's go back to John. In early 2023, his portfolio was down 12%. Bonds were underperforming. His financial advisor kept saying, just wait it out. But John didn't want to wait it out. He wanted control. So he took $1,125,000 from his traditional IRA and rolled it over, tax and penalty free, into a gold IRA. Today, that part of his portfolio is up, steady, and untouchable by the Fed's next move or the market's next hiccup. And it all started with a simple, free guide. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, what exactly is a gold IRA? A gold IRA is a self-directed retirement account backed by physical gold, not just paper assets. That means your savings are stored in something real, tangible, historically proven to hold value when everything else is falling apart. And let's be clear, this isn't about putting everything into gold. It's about diversification, the kind of diversification that hedge funds and billionaires have used for years. Now let's talk strategy, because that's why you're here. Strategy number 1, the 30-70 split. A lot of high net worth retirees are protecting 30% of their retirement in gold and silver, while the rest stays in equities and real estate. That 30% acts like a shock absorber. If the market crashes, that portion often goes up in value, balancing out the hit. Strategy number 2, the rebalancer. Some do annual reallocations based on economic indicators. So when inflation data spikes or geopolitical risks flare up, they shift more into metals. When things stabilize, they trim back. That flexibility is what makes a self-directed gold IRA so powerful. Strategy number 3, the legacy lock. This is where it gets emotional. Many retirees are using gold IRAs as a generational wealth tool. They want to leave behind something real, not just stocks that can crash. For folks like Maria Delgado from Austin, who rolled over $600,000 from her 403B, it's not just about protecting her retirement. It's about leaving behind a legacy her kids can count on. But the one thing they all had in common? They started by getting educated. They didn't get sucked into some free silver gimmick or high-pressure sales pitch. They took a no-obligation call, just like the one you can take today, to ask the questions that matter. Is this right for me? How much should I allocate? What are the tax implications? And that's what I want for you. If you've got over $100,000 in an IRA or 401k, and you're serious about protecting your retirement, especially with everything happening in the world right now, then don't wait until the next financial storm hits. Click the link, get the free gold IRA guide, and book your quick educational call. There's no pressure, no gimmicks, just honest answers and a real conversation about your future. You worked hard for your retirement. You sacrificed, saved, planned. Now it's time to protect what you've built, for yourself and for those you love. Because the best stories, like John's, like Maria's, they all started the same way, with a decision to get educated. And that part is completely free. Let's make sure your next chapter is your strongest yet.